Hello everyone, back tuning in to today's second video, having a look at the ECMWF signal for North America for today's second video. So we're looking at mean cell pressure, 500 millibar height, temperature and precipitation anomalies for the next 6 weeks for the United States. It will get us into the second half of March, and I shall get something back for you in a moment. Just to say about the first video today was 6 AM upload. We've got a little sneaky peeky for summer 2023 coming up for you later on the channel today. And we will be live streaming from 6 PM. We'll live stream our 10 to 14 dayer. So I shall see you live for that one. If you could, please like, share and subscribe on the videos and the live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. And I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday morning. Right, or lovely Wednesday. Right, let's have a look at the ECMWF for America then. So this is the week 1 mean sea level pressure anomaly with low pressure across northern parts of the states. This omnipresent ridge in the extreme south and southeast, which will combine with the low pressure to bring very mild air up the eastern side of America. And then out west, you've got this area of high pressure that will be bringing colder air into the west and the northwestern parts of the states. A 500 millibar height anomaly looks like that with the above average heights. That ridge that's been there through most of the winter in the east and the southeastern portion of America. Meanwhile, we've got a trough out to the west with an area of high pressure out in the Pacific. And so the coldest area going to be with this trough in the Western Europe, and then many central, northern, eastern parts of Europe turn much milder with this big ridge. So the temperature anomaly shows this up very nicely, really mild across eastern parts of America in the weekend, particularly around the Midwest into the Great Lakes and over towards the eastern seaboard. Exceptionally mild week to come. Out west, it's going to be a lot colder from the Rockies back towards the Pacific, as has been the case throughout most of this winter. That is where the winter weather is residing. Precipitation-wise, we look like that, so relatively dry towards the Pacific coast. When it turns wetter, unusually so, in the southwest, Arizona, for example, could be quite wet there. And then that extends through the Midwest in towards the Great Lakes. The eastern seaboard then turning quite a lot drier and down into the southeastern part of America. Week 2 will be the 20th, 27th of February. So it looks like just generally got quite low pressure across much of the states in that week. The 500 millibar height anomaly still with that ridge across the southern, southeast and eastern parts of America. Trough of low pressure in the north and in the northwest. The temperature anomaly for week 2 looks like that northwest southeast split. So cold air digging in from Canada into these central northern parts of the state, still looking quite chilly in the western area, and then in much of the south and the east and up the eastern seaboard, again around the Great Lakes, much of the Midwest tending to look relatively mild there with above average temperatures. And precipitation looks like that, so pretty dry in this far southern southeastern part of America. Turning more unsettled though in the north, and some of that wet weather extending through Midwest in towards the far northeastern portion of America. Also looks quite wet down in the far south and southwest as well, which again is a little bit unusual. Week 3 will be the 27th of February to the 6th of March. Some lower pressure patch through the Midwest, higher pressure to the southwest and also to the southeast. What's the 500 millibar heights doing? So low pressure through the northern portions of America, higher pressure above average heights down to the south. And the week 3 temperature anomaly still looking pretty cold in the far north and west and northwest, still generally on the mild side for the southern, eastern, southeastern portions of America. And precipitation-wise, it's wettest to the northwest and also to the northeast, and driest through these southern states. Doesn't look a bad week to go to the Gulf Coast or Florida, does it? Or a bad few weeks, you know. Looks like it should be generally quite nice there for a bit of winter sunshine. Week 4 will be the 6th to the 13th of March. High pressure just generally ridging then up from the south northwards across the states by the look of it. 500 millibar height anomaly shows above average heights dominating across many parts of America. Trough of low pressure up in Canada. Temperature-wise, looks like that. So still a bit on the cold side in the far northwest and northwest through there, and then further southwards, it's looking milder than average through much of the south, and also up the east coast as well. And temperature, precipitation-wise, again, not much of a signal. Driest in the far west and southwest through here, and the extreme southeast, otherwise not much of a signal. Week 5 is the 13th to the 20th of March, ever weakening signals. Some high pressure towards the western side of the states, perhaps. 500 millibar heights has high pressure ridging in from the Pacific into the central parts of America. Temperature-wise, we look like that, so largely above average, especially so for these eastern, northeastern portions of states. And precipitation-wise, it's weak signal, perhaps a little bit on the dry side through the northern and western areas. And then week 6 will be the 20th of March to the 27th. Not much of a signal doing there. 500 millibar heights, again, not much of a signal. Temperature anomalies, not much of a signal, but coolest still, really in the west. Mildest still, really in the north and the east. And lastly, precipitation. Again, the signals are very weak. So the further out you go, the weaker the signal gets. Right, that's how it's looking for this week's 6 weeks USA forecast. Very mild scene after what's been a very mild winter through the north, through the Midwest, through the east, through the northeast. That ongoing mild winter continues for now and looks like it will carry on to the end of February. There may be changes into March. We'll have to wait and see what, if any, effects the sudden stratospheric warming currently taking place happens, what effect that has for America. But for now, the very mild, exceptionally mild winter of 22-23 continues for much of the states. Right, so I'm going to be back later on with a little sneaky peeky for the summer. Wow. And we'll also be live streaming at 6 p.m. So I shall see you live by 10 to 14 day event. But for this week's USA forecast, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.